everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
It's good to be with you. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
October the 21st.
Yes.
That's Lizzie.
I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Sean. And you're watching
Stitching Live
with Lizzie and Sean. Hi, we're so glad you're here today. Whether you're watching live or later, thank you for making us a part of your day, whether it's on a phone, a television, a tablet, I don't know, a projection screen.
I wondered where else.
Have we
I was just gonna let you go.
Have we made it to televisions at Target yet?
Gosh, I hope not.
Is that not it? Okay, got it. Hello, everybody's saying hi in the chat. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
We're so glad you're here today, and we are going to be stitching something fun. We're stitching
the medium basic bauble.
The basic bauble size medium. How about that?
I'm just trying to get a little bit of the embellishment done so we don't have quite so much.
Yeah, Lizzie's doing a little bit of pre-work. It's like a cooking show where we're going to have a switch out later
Not
today.
really a switch out so much as do this one. I have 4 of them ready to go. So
yes, so you're going to learn more in just a moment as we get to construct this bauble, but we're excited that you're here with us today.
Yes, we are.
We got hellos from Northern Indiana and we got Barbara in here from the UK. We've got lots of people. SoCal's high desert. Oh, that's remarkable. And True Crime Tracy just got her order yesterday. Oh, that's right. Tracy got a high 5. I gave Tracy a high 5 yesterday. And Mom's here too. You're right. It is a beautiful fall day in Ohio. Shari says, I thought you already did your pre-work. It looks like there's some post pre-work.
I did some sewing, but now I'm doing some beading.
Yeah. That
I should have done, but didn't.
There you go. So, I don't know when you're ready to get going here. I hear your phone making noise. We've got our phones on do not disturb today in case we have any phone calls. Because we could be waiting on something crucial happening today. So why don't you want me to put this other screen on? What do you want me to do here? Are you ready to start talking yet?
Yes.
You don't seem such. Hopefully you had I'll just keep vamping. Hopefully you had a great weekend. I'm not going to say all of the orders are out.
No.
The first round of weekend orders from way back on October the 5th. 4th?
6th, 7th, 8th, I think.
Something like that. Those are out. And then the last of the pre-orders will go out tomorrow. Yes. So if you were part of the pre-order, that'll go out tomorrow. And then we have on our website right now.
The Snowy Friends pre-order.
The Snowy Friends pre-orders, right. And then we're now taking in all the pre-orders for the retired kits. So there you go. Someone says, oh no, Lizzie sounds like she's fighting a cold.
Lizzie fought the cold. Lizzie's getting better.
You're really going to put that in past tense already, huh?
Okay, power of positive thinking, people.
We're here, okay? A little cold is not going to stop us from stitching a basic bauble.
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. You got to slide that magnet over. I'm ready to show everybody the table here. Let me get my head out of the way.
Yeah, I need to be able to see too.
I know. I'm going to turn it towards you right now.
So these are the basic baubles. For the medium basic baubles.
You're holding in your hands the medium basic baubles. If I knew you were going to do the baubles first, I would have kept the camera up and you could have just held them in front of you. Let's do that for a second.
Okay.
Do that.
These are the medium basic baubles.
There. Those are the medium basic baubles.
These are 2 designs.
2 designs.
That you can make with the same die.
Okay. And for scale, here are your mini scissors. What else do we have to use for scale? We have a telephone.
The bead box.
If you wanted to. Yeah, you got a bead box for a sense of scale of these items. There you go. That's what the medium baubles look like.
Here, now look at the thing.
What am I showing? Oh, now I'm going to show the table? Okay, go ahead.
So you begin by cutting this shape 4 times.
So the first thing you do is you cut the outline shape 4 times because you're going to need 4 sides for your bauble.
Yes.
All the baubles are meant to have 4 sides, correct?
Yes. I've not tried it with 3 or 5 or anything. I'm sure you could. But
if you're feeling frisky,
feel free to experiment. But they were designed with 5 in mind. Or 4 in mind, sorry. They were designed with 4 in mind.
4.
So you cut these 4 shapes first. And then you can either leave them solid as is. Or you can add these detail designs to the inside. So, for example, you cut this. I've already done part of the design stuff, and then you line up this shaped base plate with your pre-cut shape, and you die cut a second time.
Okay.
And that transfers this pattern.
Ooh, that was nice what you did there. Look at that. You just like the big reveal.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
So that transfers this pattern.
Okay.
We're going to do this stitching together here in a minute.
Sure.
But you can do that with either of these two patterns, and then it will create one of these.
Got it. So first you're cutting out the shape, and then you're choosing which of the designs you would like to have there
Correct.
on your bauble, and you're die cutting a second time.
And I did some for the release when we introduced these that had a solid panel alternating with a stitched panel, with like an embroidered panel.
Got it. So you don't have to do 4 embroidered panels.
No,
necessarily.
You could do a couple of embroidered panels alternating with solid panels, maybe in different colors. It's really up to you. If you could use patterned fabric if you have fabric that you want to use. If you use some sort of liner, like a stabilizer on the back, you can then die cut it, and it will also work really well.
That's great.
And you could do a blanket stitch with these. I've used a running stitch. I'm going to use a running stitch today, but you could do a blanket stitch if you prefer. But yeah, there's a couple of different options.
Wonderful.
So,
and what you did when it comes to the pre-work is you have gone ahead and stitched together, I think, 3
of the 4.
3 of the 4 panels for the
Yes.
bauble today. Vicky says, I like the color choices on your pink bauble here.
So
maybe I don't know if she means the one that we're about to stitch or the one that's been assembled. Let's talk about those really quickly.
These were both done in Cozy Christmas, which is one of the new color stories. These that I'm working with today, it's sort of like Sweet Dreams, but not. I wanted to give these to Tilly for her Christmas tree in her bedroom, and her Christmas tree in her bedroom uses a different yellow than is in Sweet Dreams. So it's like if you took Sweet Dreams and you substituted in ochre for Chantilly, that's sort of what we're looking for.
What we're looking for today. And someone also mentioned, I think Renee says that she's stitching Audrey's flat version of the bauble. I don't know if you wanted to discuss any flat related versions, and the flat version you would just be cutting them out and stitching them together front to back, yeah?
Yeah. You could certainly do it that way if you prefer. I have these in mind as baubles, but if you want to do a flat version, there's no reason you couldn't.
The flat dimension to me, obviously they would look great as Christmas ornaments, but I also think they would look great as non-Christmas decorations potentially. I don't know. Getting like kind of a James Bond casino feel off of the current shape you've got there.
Like a 60s mod vibe?
Yeah, like I mean, we're not ones for beaded curtains. Could you use our felt balls to make a beaded... I don't know how many felt balls you would need. Is that why people make beaded curtains out of beads? Because they're cheaper than felt balls? I don't really know.
I don't know.
Either. If you have any experience making beaded curtains with or without beads, I cleared my calendar this afternoon to be here at Stitching Live, so we could talk about that.
He's ready for anybody that wants to chat about this.
You all know me. I'm ready to chat about just about anything. You know,
okay,
I can chop it up.
This first one, we're going to do a layered version. So this is the layered version. There are 2 larger drop shapes and 2 smaller drop shapes, and this diamond shape in the center, which the peekaboo opening is actually a circle, but it's got a cool figure. I don't know. It has a cool wraparound design. You could do it in a contrasting thread. I'm going to do it in a matching thread.
Got it.
But you're going to start, excuse me, by lining up your pieces. So the diamond first, and then I'm going to take one of my drop shapes.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go through both of those layers and the layer of the ornament there. And I'm just going to start stitching around. Now, I'm using, again, a running stitch here.
And you're using a size 5 needle.
Yes.
With a running stitch and 3 strands of thread.
Correct.
Which is essentially, for those of you that are with us every week, you probably just tune that out. But if you're joining us for the first time and you've made it 10.5 minutes, thanks for sticking around this far. It's gonna be a real hootenanny as we get going even further.
Indeed.
But those are the basics you need to get started.
Yes, and it's a size 5 embroidery needle, in case anybody's curious.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. So this is going to be a more pointed needle if you prefer to use blunt needles.
I prefer, when I stitch, I'm a blunt needle user.
I understand.
Uh-huh.
I know that a lot of people like tapestry needles because they are blunt needles. So you could look for a tapestry needle. And I think those numbers are a lot bigger. They're like 26 or so, 24.
We've got somebody here in the chat saying, I'm a newbie here right now. There you go. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you. But yes, so Lizzie's using a size 5 embroidery needle, and she's almost always using 3 strands of floss when she's doing a running stitch in particular.
Almost always.
And Barbara says she loves a good hootenanny. That's great. It's a great album by one of my favorite bands, if you can stomach it. So here we go.
Oh boy.
Now, when you showed the back of those baubles there a moment ago before you started stitching,
yes,
you would never, the back, you could never do, it's not a reversible set that we have here, correct?
You mean like could the layers go on the front?
Yeah, I mean like could what you're stitching right now that's the wrong side of the fabric be turned around and used as the right side of the fabric? I don't know
that I
the answer
would
to
in
that
this
question.
situation.
Okay.
Just because...
Did you say in this situation?
I didn't, but here we are.
Wow, okay. We've got ourselves a situation ship here. What?
Are you making yourself happy? Okay.
Yes.
Here, I'm layering on one of the next shapes. And I'm just going to follow this thread all the way around like it's one continual line.
Okay.
Excuse me. You could... like stitch on each individual piece. I'm just doing them all as one big continual piece.
And that's like the happiest thing to happen to me today is that we're not tying off each one of those individual things.
I thought you might like that.
Everybody, pay attention here. You have Lizzie's permission to take 4 different panels and stitch it onto this other panel.
5.
Right, 5 panels onto one panel. With a single unbroken line of running stitch.
It's not, you don't need my permission.
I feel like I just settled into a warm bath.
You can do whatever you want.
I feel like $1,000,000. That's great. Okay. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight.
I'm so glad.
Okay, so they're not reversible, or this is not a time when you would recommend.
No, because...
If anybody in the chat has thought about reversing this, I would love to hear about that too, because we only had one person, Barbara, tried making paper beads for a door curtain years ago, and she said you need thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
So,
I would maybe put this diamond on the front.
Okay.
But that's it, I think.
That's it, okay.
I'm coming through the back here.
To add another piece on.
Add another piece on.
So just like that, you just started. I took a little time code when you started. It was right about the 10-minute mark when you started stitching this together. And so here in 4 minutes, you've already got 4 of the 5 panels sort of cast on there, huh?
Yeah, we'll go around a second time.
Yeah, of course.
As we do, but
that's the situation that we have here.
Oh boy.
I know that there's no way I'm the first person to ever merge together situation and stitch.
I'm positive you're not, however.
There's no way, but we could be the first people to make merch out of it, though.
Oh, no. I feel like if the merch makes one of the 2 people groan, it shouldn't be a thing.
No, this is great. Like on your Facebook profile, instead of relationship status, you could have situationship status, and it could just say pasta.
He's really pleased with himself.
That's
you
so
can't
good.
Tell.
Situation, I'm into it.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just continuing around here.
And like you said, you will.
Am I on the camera?
You're doing great on the camera. And like you said, you're doing the running stitch, so you're going to get to the end of all these panels and have to turn around and go back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will. When you'll end up where your thread came in the very first place, and then you'll just double back, and then at the very, very end, you'll be able to tie those two ends off together. So like you don't have to worry about how am I going to knot this. It'll be all tied right to itself.
That's great. And then it looks like the embellishing that you did with the beads and sequins are going to occur after you do this.
Yes.
But this is coming together so quickly. This part of the process.
Yeah, I just didn't want to make you watch it 4 times.
Oh, I understand.
So,
And I appreciate...
So I pre-did the other ones.
I appreciate you not making us watch it 4 times. We can see the other ones. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
While you're stitching? Of all the things on the table, I'm going to move this little light of mine right here. This guy we don't need.
I wasn't really paying any attention to
Yeah,
that
we only need that little dongle to help you upload your YouTube videos faster when you've made videos for the kids. That doesn't need to be on the table.
Got it.
I moved that because you can see the other panels that you've got right there on the table. It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a destination of where we're going to.
Yes. I was going to add another bead to those too, so I don't know if I'll do that though, because now there's a bunch of them to add.
Yeah. Shari says, I watched it 4 times. It was delightful. Shari, you're being too... I don't believe that.
All right, so here's where we started. We're just going to come back up, and we're going to double back and do all the way around.
Because when you do the running stitch in the first direction, you're stitching through every other hole.
Yes, and you're doing that again. It's just that you're filling in all the open stitches.
And you once told me that when you do that, as you stitch back, you're always thinking to yourself, like Beyonce,
to the left, to the left,
to the left, to the left, because you're trying to make your stitches look as even as possible.
Yes.
And so you're stitching to the left of every previous stitch.
Yes.
Which you think gives you a cleaner... I'm sorry, I just said you think. It definitely gives you a cleaner looking line.
It gives you a more consistent looking line, yes.
When I've compared it to my stitching, ooh-wee.
Oh, shoot, I just dropped
Lily says, where did you ladies go this weekend? It looked like a fun retreat. Before we answer that question, Lily, I'm surprised you didn't ask, how could you leave Sean for so long this weekend, even though it looked like a fun retreat?
It was a fun retreat.
Yeah, I have 2 questions.
Totally worth the cold.
Who do you think you are and how dare you? The short answer, Lily, is Cincinnati.
Yes.
I will leave it at that.
It was a lovely retreat, and there were a lot of wonderful people. And
they had a blast.
We did. And I filled my creative cup all the way back to the tippity top. And
Sean and Tilly were fine at home. We were more than fine. We had a very full docket of scrambling around Central Ohio. We did all kinds of stuff. So I don't get nervous when Lizzie's out of town.
No.
Just flip the switch, full dad mode.
They do great.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun for everybody, I think. Though, poor Miss Tilly seems to have missed me more than I realized, because we had a hard time today, but... It's
all good. Sean, you and Tilly look like you had fun ice skating. Yeah, Tilly went ice skating for the first time this weekend.
They went ice skating, they went to a concert, they went hiking. They did all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. But she had never been on ice skates before. She had been on roller skates once before.
Yep.
And she did great on the roller skates. This would be our 5.5-year-old daughter here. Yep. She had gone roller skating and did well. And so we live unbelievably
super close
to an ice rink. I'm not going to say exactly how close for those of you out there who are trying to triangulate the exact location of the Pashta Barn, but we live close enough to an ice skating rink that we decided to go there for an open skate because it was just rainy and kind of gray here on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there she was, man, she was skating up a storm. Yeah.
She had a good time.
She had a good time. Now we're sort of wondering, like, do we have to... she has requested some skating lessons, and Tilly has requested to do lots of extracurriculars in her life. Yes. She's requested lots of extracurriculars, but when it seems like there are some that she seems to be naturally inclined towards, you're kind of like, oh, we might have to actually look into this. Indeed. Audrey says her first time. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was her first time. She fell. We were there for an hour and a half. She fell twice. So that feels pretty great.
She told me it was 0 times, and Daddy said she was rewriting a little bit of
It was
history.
not exactly 0 times. It was not exactly 0 times,
but it was enough that she never fell badly enough that she recounted.
I never did a lot of ice skating because we did not live particularly close to a skating rink, but I did a lot of inline skating, a lot of rollerblading when I was a kid. I mean, there was like a good 3 or 4 years where I was probably on rollerblades like 4 to 5 days of the week when it was summertime for sure. So it's all in there somewhere, you know? Because I had not been on a set of ice skates. Oh, you know, do you remember when you and I went ice skating?
At the zoo?
What?
That time at the zoo?
Oh, I thought the last time that we went ice skating together was when we were still dating in high school.
Oh, no. We went at the zoo that one time.
Did we go to the zoo one time?
Yeah, and that dude pushed his like toddler into my legs, and I almost hurt a child.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay, so
I am not inclined.
That would have been so I was thinking the last time we ice skated, that I ice skated was
when
in
you
high school
me
together. Stop it. I was trying to keep you from falling, and we both fell. That's what happened. Okay, so we skated together at the zoo. I remember that now vaguely. So that would have been like 2005 or 6?
At most, yeah.
Something like that? Yeah, so I myself had not been on ice skates in 20 years.
Tilly has tried to get me to go on ice skates when you guys opened up Shaker Heights.
Oh, or no, Westlake.
Westlake, that's what it was.
She wanted to go ice skating then?
She did.
Oh, I forgot
and I told her it was that or the train, and she picked the train.
Oh, thank goodness she picked the train.
I know, because Mama is not good on skates. It's like watching Bambi desperately try to stay up on It's Bad News Bears.
After like 12 minutes, I was doing some crossovers, and I was ready to try a jump stop. But of course, I was,
That's you.
I was trying to help her do her thing.
I got to my ends. I'm going to go ahead and tie this off.
That's great. So that was like 11, 12 minutes of stitching right there, let's say.
It's not bad at all.
To pull those panels together. Great. And so now you're tying off.
This is a really good, watching TV activity.
The bauble was a good watching TV activity?
Because it's just, you're just doing one singular line repeatedly, and it's very easy and smooth to do that. So
Got it, okay.
There we go. Now, I'm going to add some bugle beads here.
So for the bugle bead, then you're going to need a beading needle.
I do have a beading needle here, yes. The bugle beads in particular do not do well with even the narrowest embroidery needle. So I use a beading needle for the bugle beads. If you have purchased a kit in which bugle beads are part of your beading situation, like the Cozy Cocoa or the
Baker's Dozen.
Cookies, the Baker's Dozen, those came with beading
That's
needles.
right. So if you're not familiar with all of our products, some of our kits that we've sold, some of our seasonal kits have come with mixtures of bugle beads.
Yeah. And those will all come with beading needles.
If we do that to you, if we put bugle beads in an envelope for you, we will provide you. And we're pointing that out because if you don't know...
they're hard to see.
They're very hard to see. They're very, very thin if you've never used a beading needle before. We were just talking about this in the warehouse the other day because it can be tough when you're looking at a needle tube.
To make sure that you've got
the right one. So if you've gotten a kit with bugle beads, we have provided you with a beading needle.
Okay, so I didn't explain that because we were talking about the beading needles themselves, but I will talk through adding a bugle bead here.
Yeah, first we're just talking about getting people outfitted. Now we'll actually talk about how to, because we have had people tell us before they've bought the kits and they've gotten the needle and they've gotten the bugle beads, but they've never done any beading. So if that's you, if we're describing you right now, or you in a few hours when you watch this and we're not around to chat with you about it.
We are happy to help.
We're happy to help, so get ready.
Yes. So, these beading needles, though they are very fine, can get through the felt no problem.
Okay.
So, you just choose where you want to bring your needle up through. I'm kind of halfway between these two drop shapes, and I'm going to bring my needle up. You're going to leave a tail. You're going to slide on a bugle bead. And you're going to come back down. Now, I like to make sure that I'm placing it exactly in the angle I want by sort of holding the bead against the tail end a little bit. Then I hold it in place with my thumb and bring your needle down just at the very end of that bead. That way you'll get less thread showing. And you'll make sure that it's at exactly the angle that you want. Because I do tend to use thread that matches my beads, but you don't want a bunch of thread hanging out at the ends of your bugle beads. You want to try and minimize as much thread as possible. So
you might want to flip over your magnet and use that as a dark background for the next couple if you think that it won't.
It's shiny. Is that? Ooh, that's shiny. It's too shiny.
What about on the matte side of things? And just pull some of the dies
off
for a second?
Yeah.
Just because the tabletop and the lights in that pink are kind of interacting, it might be helpful to do this over a dark background. That's great. Try that.
Help? Okay.
Try it. I'll even pull our heads out of the way for just a second so people can really see what's going on.
All right. So, again, I'm just going to choose where I want to come up through, right here between these two drop shapes. And then I'm going to put a bead on, and again I sort of place it by pushing up against the end so I can see exactly where I want it to go. I can change the angle there, then I hold it in place and then bring my needle right down at the very end of that bugle bead. There we go.
And again, you're bringing the needle down right back at the end of the bugle bead because you're trying to avoid some excess thread.
Yeah.
You really just want it to be like the bead showing, not the thread, if you can manage that.
Yes. You don't, it's not necessary to hide as much of your thread as humanly possible. Like, you don't have to worry about it, especially if you're using thread that matches your beads. But I like to just minimize as much as possible.
And how many strands of floss are you using for the bugle beads?
I'm using 3.
Okay, so you're using 3 again there.
Yeah. I sometimes use 2, sometimes I use 3. I'm using 3 here because I can. I mean, that's really the only reason.
Okay. And we are tying off every one of the beads because we don't want, if the thread were to snap in the future, we don't want to lose all the beads potentially off the object.
So they're each individually anchored this way.
Yeah, and that can help you also with your tension a little bit as well.
That's right.
Without having to worry about, you know, the tension getting loosey-goosey or something in between.
The first one or the second one.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it could impact all of your other bugle beads as well.
Right.
But again, that's just what Lizzie likes to do.
Yep. Sean likes to avoid tying off as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sean also isn't the one stitching right now, but I'm sure there are others in the chat too that may feel differently about it. They're welcome to speak up, but yes, that's what we're doing is tying off.
Yes, so I like to tie them off.
But that was the 4th one there. That was like, you know, that was about, 4, 5, 6 minutes to get those beads on there.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Should I do the other panel before I do the actual bobbling?
No, I think you go ahead and assemble the bauble now, I think.
Okay.
Am I crazy for saying that or not?
No.
You want to make people wait for it? Maybe you want to make people wait for it. Like, if you want to see a bauble, you don't touch that dial.
No,
there are a bunch of people that are going to peace out as soon as this first bauble is assembled. They're like, got it. Thank you. Great.
Well, I'm going to show 2 different ways to sew up or to do the hanger.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I see you have some felt balls on the table as well.
I do.
Okay.
I was going to use a white one for this, but then the cat stole it because he's the best.
Did Louis jump up on the table to get that one?
Yes, he did.
So I was downstairs eating my lunch, 12 minutes before this video got started, like I do every week. And the text came through, or was I still in the barn when
you were still in the barn when I sent it?
You texted that Louis had stolen one of your pom-poms.
Yes, because he's a punk.
Lizzie doesn't believe me that he's an angel kitty.
You do not.
And these are the reasons. These are the moments where his
angeliness is most questionable.
Yeah, where perhaps he's at a nadir. Awake, arise, or forever be forever fallen there.
Excuse me. I'm going to do the top first.
Okay, so we're about to assemble
the topper thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Mostly because that way it's done when I want to actually stitch the darn thing together. So.
Got it. Okay.
Eh.
Barbara's saying hello because she just got here late. Thanks, Barbara. It's good to see you. Now we've got both of our Barbaras here. Here we go.
Okay.
You got here just in time, Barbara. We're about to assemble.
Well, we're gonna do the...
Yeah, and if anybody else is just joining us, welcome to Stitching Live with Lizzie and Sean.
Hello.
That's Lizzie. I'm Sean.
Indeed.
She's stitching. I'm talking.
So I'm just sewing. I brought my needle through the center-ish of
a 1 centimeter wool felt ball.
1 centimeter, yes.
Which we stock in 14 different colors.
Correct.
Okay, so you went through the center.
Does not matter. The color does not matter for what we're going to do today.
Okay. And you're using a different needle, it seems.
Yeah, this one's got a bigger eye on it.
Okay, so you're using a larger needle with a larger eye, and that's crochet thread?
Yep.
What size crochet thread do we always provide people with?
3.
So we're using number 3 crochet thread with a fat needle and a 1 centimeter ball of wool felt.
Yes.
Okay.
I am going to... I've sewn up and back.
Okay, you sewn up and back inside the felt ball.
Yes. I'm going to tie off the ends.
You're going to tie off the ends of your little crochet thread there, your hanger.
Yep. And then I'm going to...
Oh. Pull it down snugly.
Pull it down.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to tie off, or cut off some of this excess. We're going to put this aside.
So at that point, what we have is like a strange bracelet.
It's like a what?
A strange bracelet.
Sure.
Or, yeah, I don't know, it reminds me of something. I don't know. It's like a tassel that isn't so tassely. Yeah. Give me this thing.
All right. Now.
I like an earring.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it could be like an earring, I guess. I don't know.
We're going to sew 2 of these panels together. So you're going to come between the 2 pieces.
Oh, wow. I got to type that in there quickly. Okay.
Where am I? There I am. Okay. So your tail is between the 2 pieces right now. You only went technically through 1 layer. And you're just going to stitch back and forth, sewing, using a running stitch, all the way to the other end, to the other point. You're not going to go all the way around. You're just going to come up to this point up here. Okay?
And the reason that you're not going to go all the way around is so that you can then add other panels to the bauble?
To the sides, yes.
Okay.
If you went all the way around, there would be nowhere to connect to the other ones.
Yeah, if you went all the way around, you would have the 2-dimensional bauble that we described earlier, which
right,
Audrey,
which is fine.
I didn't say this at the time. Audrey mentioned that she thinks that they would make lovely gift tags.
Oh yeah, they would.
When they're flat, and she's exactly right. They would make great gift tags.
That's true.
Kelly has asked, do we offer sequins and beads outside of the color story? And unfortunately, the answer to that is no.
Just bugle bead mixes?
Oh yeah, just the bugle bead mixes. But no, the beads and sequins that come with the color stories, we don't offer those separately because they are one of the most difficult things for us to pull together.
Yes.
And we have...
They're very time involved.
They get a little time involved, but really it's hard to describe the variety and quantity of beads and sequins.
We have a few hundred options at this point.
At this point in time,
and
yes.
I'm the only one who knows what any of them are.
Yeah, it's the one. It's truly. I'm not going to say it's the only thing about Pasha that I know nothing about, but it probably is the thing about Pasha that I know
the least about.
Like,
yeah.
I would feel more comfortable drawing a set than I would be trying to find a single bead or sequin in the warehouse. And you can see Lizzie is in stitches. I mean, at
no
the
pun
thought
intended.
of me. Yeah, there you go. That little box of magic is my favorite part.
It's a lot of... They're fun. And they're fun to pull together. And they're fun to come up with. But yes, I'm afraid that is the most complicated part of the warehouse.
we haven't cracked the code on that just yet. It's truly
I have an idea. I just haven't been able to put it into reality.
Okay, great. We've got some other chat to catch up on here. It sounds like Barbara got back from the kidney doctor with her husband and his kidneys are doing great.
That's awesome.
That's a good reason to celebrate. Okay.
Sure is.
And someone else has said aloha, Lizzie from Hawaii. There you go. Wow.
All right. I've gotten to this point. So I'm going to double back and do the same exact thing on the way back. Just running stitch on the way back.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear people are doing well.
Audrey just said there was absolutely a pun intended. Did we just use a pun? Did we just pun in there somewhere?
You said I was in stitches.
Oh! Yeah, indeed.
Let's see here. I know, this is riveting.
You know what I was thinking about? I was actually just sitting here and feeling satisfied with the sort of arabesque nature of these. I know we haven't talked about this a ton, you know, but like I really do love the vibe and the feel of the baubles in particular. Mm-hmm. And then when you go ahead and add the little wool felt balls to them, for some reason to me they feel less like glass. Not that they felt like glass before, but they feel much more arabesque when you start adding the little wool ball details to them. And, you know, for a guy who ran a Lebanese-inspired restaurant for the better part of 10 years, right? It's, yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, it reminds me of, like, slippers Gina had with little pom-poms on them and stuff.
Yeah. True Crime Tracy says she understands how labor-intensive they are, but she would still love to have some white sequins and seed beads from the modern holiday color story. She's got it pinpointed.
I know.
She's like, if I could tell you exactly the bead and sequin, this is what my answer would be. My answer would be...
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know that we have that same combo in other ones.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's nothing that would make me personally happier than to have another product that we could put up on the page for sale, right? You know, I'm just rubbing my hands together, swimming. Just imagine I'm Scrooge McDuck, but I'm swimming through a pile of beads and sequins. I can't even pronounce sequins properly. Like, at least twice a month, Lizzie laughs at me because I say sequins instead of sequins.
Sequins.
Oh, boy. See, I can barely even say the word. But you should see my backstroke. It's pretty good.
Oh, dear. Okay, so here at the beginning, we're going to come back between the layers of felt.
So you did the running stitch from one tip to the other tip and then came back down.
Yes.
So that we've still only stitched half of this bauble together.
Correct.
Correct. And then are you going to tie it off?
I am doing that right now.
Oh, you're doing it as we speak. Great.
And then we'll do the other half exactly the same way.
The other half exactly the same way, meaning you're about to add another panel to it. Or no, you're going to stitch the other two halves together.
Stitch the other two halves together.
Oh, that's how you're going to do it. So Lizzie is not going to just add the third panel here.
Nope.
She's going to stitch panels 3 and 4 together now that you've stitched 1 and 2 together.
And then you smoosh them together like a big plus sign. And
you mentioned this early at the top of the show, but you could absolutely just use a plain panel for 2 of these if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. So you could go with a detailed panel and then a plain panel. That might make your beads and sequins last longer.
It's true. I did that with the garland that I did. That had all the small ones.
Oh yeah, you mean the garland that we did the math and it has like 300 felt balls on it or something like that?
It's not quite that many.
Yeah, I know it wasn't 300, but we did the math.
It's a lot. Yeah, I know.
So those baubles, you use flat panels. That makes sense to me because there was so much interest in the wool felt balls that are in between.
Well, there's the balls, and then there's there's a lot of stitching, and even I don't want to do that much embroidery. So I did them every other.
And was that on the...
Also, I was trying to rush because there was a lot happening.
Was that on the Basic Bauble, was that on the... in the holiday decor collection?
Yes.
Oh, it sure is. Let me drop this into the chat. If you don't know exactly what we're talking about and you want to open up a browser window for just a moment, you can go to this blog post right here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You can click that link and just scroll down past the candy cane heart and the fancy flakes. It's like one of the last things. No, the third picture shows a close-up of the baubles with the details. And you're saying if I keep scrolling, I get to these bigger pictures.
Yep.
Where you can see Lizzie using the baubles. Some of the halves are decorated. Some of the panels are undecorated. And it makes a ton of sense with that particular project because you used a repeating pattern of wool felt balls.
Yes.
And so there's a lot to look at.
There is. And I will be putting that on our mantle. It's just that our mantle doesn't have hooks yet for the season. So I hung it on the hooks that I keep on our banister.
Barbara says, I've been listening but not watching because I've just got my jewelry making box out and spilled a lot of beads. Oh no.
I almost dumped an entire color story box just a little bit ago, and so more power. Good luck.
Hang in there, Barbara.
Yes.
I just want you to know, Barbara, if I was there, I would be no help.
Mm-mm.
My motor skills are not good for that.
Well, and I don't mind resorting things. It's kind of soothing for my noodle. But that sort of thing makes Sean's eyeballs crossed, so.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Now, you mentioned earlier that you think that one might be able to blanket stitch these baubles.
Yeah, I think you certainly could. It's just not my preference.
Not your preference, okay.
No. But I think you could, and I think a contrasting stitch with the edges on these could be really cute. But, again, I use the running stitch because it's very comfortable and it goes fairly quickly for me. So, but if you prefer a different stitch, then more power too.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're doing panels of, say, 2 different colors, then of course you're going to end up with a contrasting look on some of those
stitch
panels.
On something,
yeah,
anyway,
absolutely. Yeah. Yep. So if you decided to do conifer and tundra, and you're using, your green thread, right? You're going to have...
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I did it with my tundra thread on those.
You might have done that, and it looks like, in the blog post here, it looks like Mary Kobe also had...
Yeah, she did some contrasting sides.
She had some contrasting sides, which look great. I don't want to leave anybody out. Audrey did too, I think.
Did she?
On those? I don't know what color that is over here.
No, I think she just...
Is that just a shadow?
Yeah.
But she used contrasting threads, so it,
Yes.
we still win. Circle takes the square.
Sure. No need to argue.
For all of my Hollywood Square fans out there.
Indeed.
In the audience.
Yes. You can play around with it. You could do 4 different colors even.
Whoa, that's really crazy
cute.
talk.
I know, right?
You're talking about a bauble that had 4 different colors on it?
It'd be cute.
That would work really well with the oh my gosh, what's the color story? What's the back to school color story?
Playground?
Yeah, playground. That'd be really fun.
That would be cute.
To do baubles in just like kind of nice rainbowy primary colors.
That would be fun.
For children especially, right?
Or like a monochromatic color palette. Like if you had like 3 pinks or 4 pinks or 4 purples or 4 greens that you liked together, that would be cool.
And then you could string them on a wire and you could spin them rapidly and it would get some kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It could look like animation.
Sure.
Yeah. What were those toys that we had with kids where there was like a twisting element with the strings?
Oh.
And you would pull them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know
what
what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Shari says, or a variegated thread in rainbow. See, Shari knows. See, Shari knows we're not into the special effects over here, but she's right. Absolutely right. Wow, look at that.
So I've done that twice now.
Okay.
And I'm going to tie this off. I sure hope I have enough fluff with these.
Is there a chance on the planet we don't have enough fluff for the baubles?
I have the other bag. I just didn't know if I had enough in this bag. I think I do though. I hope I do.
Well, if you don't have enough for the second one, for the first time ever, I'll just do we'll just fade the video out. It'll just be you stitching, and then really, really slowly at the end, it'll just be like, we'll fade to black. Just,
sure. That's not happening.
Maybe with some music.
So we've got 2 of our halves here. You're just going to open them up and smoosh them together like this. So you're going to essentially make like a T shape.
Okay.
Okay? And you'll sew together the 2 sides that are not already attached. I think that made sense. I hope that made sense.
It does. I'm just putting in a time code for assembling the 2 halves of your bauble.
Okay. Helps if you actually cut the amount of thread that you need.
Hey, someone has a question.
What's that?
Someone who will remain nameless, but her initials are Shari Moss, wants to know, how could you not have enough fluff? The bag is enormous.
I didn't... That bag is in the basement.
Oh, okay. And what bag do we have up here slumming in the upstairs?
No, just the little, what was left of the other bag.
Got it. Well, I just don't want this to turn into a real situation here if we don't have enough fluff. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
That
if
bag
you
is
say so.
That bag is enormous. She's right. I did eventually pull it out of my car.
Yeah, this was actually a topic of conversation before you went on the retreat. You were like, should I bring in the bag of fluff when I first get there, or should I wait it out? And I was like, you should wait it out.
Yeah.
Shari says, I was going to ask, is that enormous bag still in the car?
No,
I mean, you've seen, I mean, Lizzie's car, Lizzie drives a subcompact automobile.
I drive the smallest car you can find.
I'm surprised that you could even fit the fluff bag inside the car.
Well, you know.
It's not the smallest car you could find. That's like the smart car. That's the smallest.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming again between the two layers.
To start,
To start. Because you're going to, eventually all of your ends are going to tuck inside the ornament. Okay?
Okay.
So, whoop.
Whoop. Is that just a leftover thread from before?
Yeah, it is. And it'll tuck in. It'll get out of the way in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Pulling through. And then you're sewing just through these two sides over here. Make sure you leave enough of a tail to tie off when you're finished.
That's right. Make sure you leave a long tail and hold on to your tails as well.
Hold on to your tails.
Hold on to your tails, everybody.
You're just going to keep your...
So you're going to have to do this on both ends because the open ends are on opposite sides of the bauble. Mm-hmm. Correct? Okay. So you're going to stitch up and down one side, tie it off, and then stitch up and down the other side and tie that off.
Correct.
Okay. You're not going to keep it on one thread as you go across the bottom seam or something like that.
I mean, you could, but
I wouldn't expect you to. I'm just making sure that I'm giving clear instructions to everybody who's watching.
Nope. I'm just going to do exactly what I did before, going from pole to pole. And I'm just keeping my sides lined up as I go.
Okay. Shari's over here talking about your trunk.
What about my trunk?
Well, she says your car has a big trunk.
It does. Because Hyundais have great trunks. As I learned when doing many craft shows.
Said is going to be on our doorstep tomorrow. Between talking about the ice rink and now the model of automobile that we drive in the same video.
I said the make, not the model.
Someone's at home with the chalkboard. Yeah, but we said it was a subcompact, right? Someone's at home right now with the chalkboard and all the yarn and the push pins. And they're like, they're pulling it all together right now. This is it. They're like, aha, the missing link. The missing link.
Well, I promise, if you show up at my door, you'll just get a cranky lady holding a hot tea with bedhead.
Oh, you mean tomorrow morning?
I'm just...
Yeah, you're not always a cranky lady with hot tea and bedhead just in the morning.
Just like 80% of the time.
Yeah, you got to narrow that down for folks. We can't... And of course, the funny thing is there are 40 people, it says right now, watching this video. There's probably at least 25 of them. They're like, we take it. We take it. We take hot... We'd take a cranky hot tea drinking Lizzie anytime.
All right, well. You're liable to see one.
Yeah. It's just if you're going to be here, you've got to BYOF. You got to bring your own fluff.
That bag's big enough for everybody. All right, so I'm here at the end. I'm just going to come through and double back. When you say you're at the end, you mean you've reached
the pole,
the other side of the bauble?
Yes.
And now you're going to turn around and go back.
I'm turning around and I'm going back.
Okay. And you're just sewing back the other way.
And like we said before, when we stitch together, when we use the basic egg to stitch then into a three-dimensional pumpkin,
yes,
we had to use a circular piece from another stamp set to close off the bottom.
Yes.
Because the die was never meant to be stitched in that particular way.
It's not actually meant to do
that. But that is not the case here with the bauble. Yeah.
No, it's got the right angular point on the end.
Yes, so you don't have to worry about when you're stitching this, how the ends are going to exactly get sealed together.
Close up the bottom.
It is meant to be put together like this.
Yep. So it'll all come together.
Renee is just happy to be in the same Hyundai fantasy. Although she admits that she is on the complete opposite end of the size spectrum due to her family size and needs, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
My child often tells me that she would like me to drive a bigger car. And I'm like, why? There's 3 of us. And it's usually, in this car, just the 2 of us.
Tilly doesn't know this yet, but Lizzie's car is actually her car.
Eventually, yes.
Eventually. Because Lizzie...
because Lizzie doesn't drive very much. It's a 2018 with like 40,000 miles.
Yeah, it is not an exaggeration to say that Lizzie drives I've done the math many times because I can never believe it. Lizzie drives approximately 4,200 miles a year, let's say. Yep. And, you know, when you do that number times 16, you realize, like, oh, we already have our child's car. It spent his whole life living in a garage. And it goes, you know, less than 5,000 miles a year. And, you know, it's safe. And
it was rear-ended once,
But that's okay. We have 2 questions here. We have, have you done or would you do a stitching retreat? We're going to put a push pin in that one. We're going to put a button in that for just a second. Okay. Somebody else lobbed a shorter question, which is, what's Liz's preferred type of tea?
Oh, I like a spicy black tea. I like Hardy and Sons has a cinnamon tea that I really like that I drink almost every day.
That's right. Now that question came from Mr. Andy Newberry is in the chat with us, Lee. Today, this is the most subtle entrance Andy has had in quite some time.
Chill question I've gotten from
That's
Andy
the most sincere and subtle introduction to Andy Newberry. Everybody, welcome back to the Pashtaverse.
Hi, Andy.
We've got a real situation now that Andy's here.
I like my tea brewed long enough that Sean calls it coffee.
Lizzie will steep her cinnamon black tea from Hardy & Sons for anywhere between 8 and 80 minutes. That is not a joke. That's real life.
Well, you know. Okay, we're popping out all the sides here.
Okay.
Real quick.
3 of the 4 sides have been assembled.
Yes. And I'm going to start... What?
Andy just says in all caps, retreat is back. Barbara says she loves Taylor's cinnamon and apple, so it sounds like perhaps it's similar. After Lizzie explains the stuffing here, we'll talk about retreat.
Okay.
For the inquiring minds.
We are going to stuff. So, you just start adding fluff. I like to make sure that all of my tails from previous sides have been tucked all the way in.
Okay.
I'm going to use this needle to make sure everybody's in. And then you just start adding fluff. And we're going to get her good and stuffed before we start sewing up that last side. Now, I like to try and really make sure that you're getting into the sides because they can stay pinched like this. I don't know if you can see.
I can see that, but you can hold it closer to the camera. You're saying you need to get it good and stuffed because otherwise your sides will look pinchy.
They'll look pinchy. So make sure that you're getting into the edges and that you're really pushing in the fluff to get it over there.
And I can see that. Let me go full screen here for just a second while we're stuffing. Yeah. You can see that in these baubles that Lizzie had put together before. So you can see the way that she stuffed it. There are no pinchy edges here. You're really getting in there and making sure. Yeah, it's plump. Because what you're starting with is something that's, pretty kind of diamondy. Yep. And pretty kind of sharp around those edges. So when you stuff it and give it a really good stuffing, you can get yourself to something that's really smooth. It looks even better. Sorry, that's my whole side of my face there. Yeah, you can see that on this one as well. So you really want to give those things a good stuffing to get yourself a bauble.
It will take more than you think it will.
Which is why you start with a giant bag. Which is why you start with a family-size bag.
A family-size bag.
When you hold it that close to the camera, it's the size of your head, Sean. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's funny. Yeah, there's a little time lag on the YouTube, so I'm seeing myself holding it up. That's great. Shari, Andy says so true.
Okay.
Sorry, do I need to go full screen again so people can really see that it's not the size of my head?
It's not the size of your head.
It's not the size of my head. Look, there. There you go. Wait, I'll hold it on this side. Yeah, it's not the size of my head, everybody. That's what it looks like.
Okay. I need it to be on me again.
Oh yeah, there's where it gets really large. Look at that. Okay, fine. Let's just do everything you want to do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so you're going to take this thingy that we did already. This hanger thingy.
Uh-huh.
And you're just going to tuck that in.
Yep.
Up here in this top area. This down here is where I left all of my tails. I don't want my tails to show, so I've got those down at the bottom.
Okay.
But you're just going to tuck that in at the top.
Uh-huh.
And then the ball will keep your hanger from coming through the opening in the top of the ornament.
So the ball in this instance is going to be buried inside the ornament.
Yeah, the color is immaterial.
Oh, that's earlier you said it does not matter what color you use, and I thought you meant from an aesthetic sense, but no. You mean like
truly, like it doesn't matter.
Truly, it doesn't matter. So you're using that ball just to be the anchor.
Yes.
Ah, wow. Okay. And if you didn't have a 1 centimeter felt ball, you could use anything that resembles.
You could use a button.
A button.
You could use, really anything that's going to keep your.
I mean, let's just keep tossing out ideas. It could be a hazelnut. It could be a macadamia nut, cashew nut.
Apparently, we're
peanut.
Now we're naming nuts. All right, so you're just going to go back. I started here at the bottom. He's so tickled with himself today.
Well, Newberry is here.
I know.
I got a spring in my step.
I know.
Yeah. And
you're just going to sew up the side. Now, I am not finished stuffing.
That's right. So you stuffed it. You got a lot of stuffing in there.
Yes.
But not all the stuffing.
But not all the stuffing. Because I'm going to want to add a little stuffing as soon as I get this side sewn up. That way, this side doesn't end up pinched while the other ones are plump. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm going to sew, I don't know, a third or so, maybe a half of the way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stop and start pushing stuffing down along the seam.
Shoving some more in there. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Renee said, by the way, a few moments ago, Renee mentioned that their baby child got her mom's Santa Fe when she got a Santa Cruz. So, yeah, it's called good planning when you're doing that.
Right.
Someone else has suggested that this could be a cool shape if you want to do 3 panels. I noticed we have 3 panels there on the table.
Okay.
You could try it. You don't have to.
I could try it.
I'm not trying to twist your arm. I'm just saying you have a couple of panels there.
All right.
Vicky says that's a very clever way to add the hanger, and thank you for sharing that tip.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Someone else says nothing perishable, maybe though.
No.
So
maybe all of Sean's nut suggestions are not the way to go.
I mean, nuts are
a wooden bead.
Or, got it. Okay.
I bet a pony bead would even work if you had a pony bead around.
Sure, a pony bead just laying around. Yeah, that could work.
Anyone with small kids might have pony beads because they just are.
Yeah, like maybe if one of your kids has got some pony beads that you'd like to hide or get rid of.
Are you trying to tell me that you're trying to get rid of Tilly's?
No, I'm just trying to think of why anybody would be reaching for their kids' pony beads to create their project.
Maybe their kids aren't using them anymore because some kids go through a very strong beading phase, bracelet phase, and then grow out of it. So anyway,
but nothing perishable. So don't use a blueberry.
No, do not use
do that.
Anything that will ooze juice onto your ornaments.
Yeah.
But it's the woolen balls are a good use for this. And and inevitably, no matter how carefully we check them when we're packing them, because we check them when we're packing them.
We do check the wool balls as we're packaging them because they come with
sticks.
minimal processing. Yeah, we are literally pulling sticks and
leaves and bits of
little bits of stuff.
And so if you get one that you're like, I don't really want to use this on the outside of a project, well, perfect. There's one for the inside of your.
That's right. Your bauble can have diamonds on the inside.
Right. Usually we pull those ones, the real bad ones, and I use them on my stuff. But if you were lucky enough to get one that we didn't notice.
Yes.
My apologies.
Sherry says sticks just make it rustic. You got it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So you're going to come all the way up here, and you're making sure that your hanger is coming through the center there.
Okay.
And then you're not sewing through it or anything. You don't need to sew through it. I suppose you could, but you don't need to. And then you're going to just double back.
Because you started this final panel at the bottom.
Yes.
So you've stitched now from the bottom to the hanger.
All of the tails are at the bottom, yes.
So, okay, so you've stitched from the bottom to the hanger, and now you're just making sure...
Sorry, I realized I was a little off.
You're doing great. You're just making sure that the hanger is right in the center of the bauble.
Yes.
You're not necessarily going crazy trying to make sure that the thread that you're stitching on that particular panel is going through the hanger.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you're not like reinforcing it by burying it back in the felt ball again or something like that, and now you're going back down. Newberry says, what's a pony bead? Asking for a friend. I know what they are, but his friend does not know what a pony bead is.
Sure. They're those big plastic beads that kids often use. Like for making bracelets and at school, in like art class and things.
Yeah.
They're the plastic ones with like the big center hole.
Yeah, and pony beads are almost always the same size? Question mark? Or are they not?
I think there are some bigger ones, but I mean, for the most part, I think, I guess I don't know enough about pony beads to know whether or not there are sizes. I'm sure someone out there knows, but...
Yeah, we don't buy anything from www.ponybeadstore.com, but you can click the link that I just put in the chat, as if Andy wasn't already Googling in another tab.
Sure. What
pony beads were, but let me tell you something. Ponybeadstore.com, they are bringing the ruckus. Man, look at this place. That's true. I was just about to say, like, who knew that you could get pony beads like this? And the answer is like, oh, come on, Sean. Of course you can get.
Of course you can.
They have 405 individual bead colors, mixes, and kits. Good night.
Well.
Wow.
What are you going to do, you know?
This is great.
Okay. Oh, so here at the bottom, you can see that those points come together and there's no gap. There's no hole. And we're just going to finish up here nice and evenly so we can tie off our ends, and then we'll hide them inside the bauble. Alright, so here I am at the last hole. I'm just going to come between the layers, and so I've got both of my tails between the layers.
Sure.
I'm going to tie nice and tight. Oh, not too tight. Gonna double knot. And then we're gonna take this end and pull it in through the side of the ornament. Doesn't really matter where, because we're gonna pull nice and tight and snip.
There you go.
And then we'll do the same with the other tail here. We'll pull through the end, or through the side somewhere, doesn't matter where. And we'll pull the end in.
Andy, come on, buddy. You know, the question is...
There you go.
Oh, wow. The question is, why are they called pony beads? Because they were traditionally transported by traders using pony pack trains to Native American tribes of the Great Plains.
There you go.
There you go. Shari says the next live I'm going to be stitching pony beads.
If you happen to have fluff between your layers here, like up at the top on that side that you finished up first, I just trim it off with scissors. Wow. Don't worry about pulling them out, because if you pull them out, one's going to pull another one, is going to pull another one. You're never going to be done.
Here, hold that thing up. Hold that thing up by your face here. So there you go. Look at that.
And you've got
just add water.
Just add water. Then you've got that that woolen bead inside, holding on
to your bauble,
to your hanger there.
There you go.
So that's one way to do it. But then, well, shoot. Yeah, I know. What are we gonna do here? Because you've already made 4 panels. I know, and I want to show you how to do the thing all the way through.
You certainly could.
What time is it? 2:04. Okay. So what we'll do is I will show you how to stitch this part, and then we'll do a 3 and see how that goes.
Lily says, so you wouldn't through the center pole of the bauble, i.e. the pumpkin, but not wrapping around the outside.
No, there's no wrapping on these because the wrapping is what makes it squatty and
maybe she meant so you went through the center pole of the bauble?
Like right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. I think somewhere there might be a typo there, Lily, but we got all kinds of time if you need to clarify the question there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do the design on this one, and then I'll do the 3 stitches to see how it comes together.
Okay, hang on a second. Going back to the table. You're gonna show everybody how to stitch the design
on this one.
So this is the other panel that comes with the die set.
Yes.
After you've used the first die to cut out your panel, you then die cut a second time.
You die cut with the details die and adds this design to the panel.
And so the first thing you're going to do is show us how to stitch that detail.
Yes. And then I will try stitching together these 3 pieces.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We'll see how it goes.
I've never seen that.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just going to be a little bit smaller bauble, but that's okay. Because I want to show you how I went through the baubles to do the little palm on the bottom thing.
You're going to show what now?
How I went through the bauble to get the palm on the bottom.
Okay.
Now when I do these leaves on this design, I do 6 strands of thread because it makes the leaves fluffier and...
So, because you're about to do a lazy daisy stitch, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Barbara was on that when we first logged in today. I don't know if Barbara's still picking up her beads or not, but that was like the first thing that she had to say after good evening was, there's some lazy daisy in this set, so we know Sean's not stitching today. Question, can you use different detailed designs with the different shapes, like the detailed heart design on the pumpkin?
The detailed heart design?
Yeah, that's from Kay Gallagher here. Can you use different... Yes, you can. The short answer is yes. There are all kinds of ways to use different details together with different sets that we have released in the past. Like some of the detailed heart designs on the pumpkins.
The detail dies don't have cutting edges on the outside edges. So you could really do anything on these baubles. Like you could put any design on these baubles. But they're designed specifically to use with the shapes that they're in the sets with. Does that make sense? Sorry, I should explain what I'm doing here real quick.
That's okay. Go ahead and explain what you're doing before we go down that road. Okay, so you're working on the lazy daisy stitch.
Yes, so to do the lazy daisy stitch, you're going to come up through a hole. You're going to come back down through that same hole, but not all the way. You're going to leave like a loop. Then through one of the ends of the leaves here, you're going to come up and through that loop, pull to tighten, and then hold it. Come back down through that same hole, and that's going to lock in that loop. And then you're going to skip down a couple of holes and do the same thing. And you're going to do this all the way around. I like to go down one side and then back up the other because then I can tie off my tails together. But you're going to come up again, up through the hole, down through that hole, making a loop. Then wherever your end is, you're going to come up through that hole and through the loop. You're going to pull to tighten.
Until you have the tension the way you like it.
Yep. Then you hold it in place. Come back down. And you're coming down over the loop. So you're not coming down through the loop. You're coming down on the other side of the loop to lock in that stitch. Oop, I don't want to do that. I do want to do this though. You're going to come up, down, loop, end of the leaf, up through the loop, pull to tighten, come back down through that hole over the loop to lock in the end of that stitch. And then for this, we're just going to double back on the other side.
And so you're always going through one of the die cut holes. You're not going through the solid felt at any point in the lazy daisy stitch. to make that happen. Okay, so the holes are there for you to place both where you're coming up to make the loop and also where you're coming up to anchor the loop.
Correct.
Okay.
But if you aren't up for lazy daisy stitches, you can also do straight stitches. That's fine. The lazy daisy gives a little bit of a leafy look. The straight stitch is going to be more like a branchy, like a needle, like evergreeny kind of look.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. So we're coming back up. And then I'm pulling to tighten. Okay, now what were the questions I said we had to skip while I was doing all of that?
Well, we were talking about just the different detail designs that you've got that we could use there. And Lily went back and she said she meant stitching through the center to make it more round without wrapping.
Oh, no, I didn't. There's no stitching through the center in these.
Yeah, because, so unlike the pumpkin, there's no stitching through the center to make it spherical. That's just
how it is.
Yeah, that's just from stuffing it
yes.
and from then stitching it together. That's right.
Yeah, you don't need to do any sort of wrapping. Whoops. For these ones.
Newberry's worried that he's in the wrong chat room because he thought we were making a bobble head this week. We're working on the bobble.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andy.
That's okay, Andy. We'll see you next week when you're done with your bobblehead. And then Sharon told Barbara, you think you've picked up all the beads, Barbara, but you'll be finding beads for weeks to come. Ask me how I know that.
Yeah. I literally, just before we started, nearly dumped an entire color story box. And I know that there are beads on the floor that I missed when I tried to pick it all up.
Is that this one over here?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I caught it. Sort of. All right. So I got all the way back up here to the beginning, and I'm just going to tie off those ends.
And then to do the rest of the stem is just a straight stitch?
Yes, I do a straight stitch, but I don't use 6 strands. I use 3.
Okay.
Just because it's a little bit lighter.
So the leaves have got a little bit more volume to them.
A little more body, yep.
Than the stems do.
Yes.
Not unlike most plants.
Indeed. That's sort of what we're going for. And then, just so happens I have 3 strands right here. And I like to start the branches, when I'm stitching the branches, I like to start at the bottom here, because then there's less thread up here to deal with the knotting and the tying and the everything.
Got it. Since all the threads are since all they're ending up back in the same place.
Right.
You want to keep the knots kind of far away from all converging.
Yeah, I'm just trying
at the top of the bobble.
Just trying to keep it
I can
straight.
see that. Because these are just off camera. So Lizzie's already made these other panels
already.
over there, you see.
And we'll try a 3 this time. I've not tried a 3, so this will be a fun experiment.
And you've been stitching, it's a little hard to tell with the camera, but you're stitching tundra onto deep teal here today.
Yes.
So this is actually our deep teal felt, which is a really nice, modern green as compared to there. I'll move that conifer into the way.
Yeah, the conifer is right here.
The conifer is this like really traditional Christmassy green.
And the deep teal is just a nice alternative. And it is very modern. It suits our girl very well, so.
Modern in like this, it's like in the 60s kind of modern.
Yeah, it's kind of a mod. Yeah.
Not contemporary, but modern, if you will.
We are doing just a running stitch for the stem.
Okay.
And like I said, I started down here at this end, the sort of tip of the leafy area.
And you're working your way up. Mm-hmm. And then you don't have any bugle beads on that one. It looks like you're using a regular bead and sequin combination here.
I just used beads and sequins on this one. And I feel like I've shown that enough times.
I feel like you've shown that enough times, but you're more than welcome to show it again,
no,
of course.
all I was going to say was the trick to that is making sure that you leave a little bit of a gap when you come back down through.
Yeah. I guess what you're saying is if you're going to be doing, we don't have to finish the bead and sequin here because we're going to be assembling the tri-cornered bobble here, if you will.
We're going to give it a shot and see how it goes.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat. There's nothing better than just really leaning
Just
into
winging it.
the liveness of the stitching live, right?
Yeah, what the heck? Why not?
Seat of our pants.
Yep.
Seat of your pants.
Oh, I
really.
forgot to bring up. Shoot.
What are we going to bring up?
The bags that Shari handed to me this week.
Which bags are those?
The Monster Mash ones.
Oh, well, I can go get the Monster Mash bags. It seems a little, off season.
It's not off season. It's just that we work far ahead.
Oh, got it. Okay. Well, then I'll go get those real quick. They're just downstairs.
Yes, I was going to put them on the shelves behind us.
Okay, hang on a second, everybody. Oh, you want me to decorate the shelves behind us while we're here live?
Yeah, what the heck?
What? I guess not everyone's going to be staring at the back of my body when I do that.
You realize that I'm in a tiny circle, right?
Well, I can also turn it off, too.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So we're down here to the end. And we're just going to tie these off. He's cackling. Why is he cackling? Okay. So that is the vine pattern, and I just did that on both of these earlier as well. Why are you cackling?
What did I miss?
You're cackling.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. I forgot about this entirely.
Did you buy some more comic books?
Stop. Where do you want these to be on the shelf?
Wherever you want. Find a spot.
Well, I can't just put them right here. Then be covering
Sure
up
you can.
all this other stuff
That's
like that.
okay. You can put them there, and we'll rearrange later.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Those bad boys front and center.
So, we're going to do these three. I'm going to grab... I did my threads this weekend, so now I have actual bobbins for all of the threads. I'm so excited. Okay.
Wait, if you move for just a second, we can show... I mean, everybody's going to wonder why the heck I'm running up and downstairs. Look, right behind Lizzie's head, we have these awesome...
Bags.
Bags.
That
Shari made with Frankie
and Dracula.
And with Dracula. Here, you can sit up straight now if you
Okay,
want
thank
to.
you.
Yeah. Look at these guys here. I'll just hold them up next to your head.
Okay. That's not weird.
These are not exactly the size of your head, but, you know.
They're really close.
They look nice. Here, I'll bring them over here. Go ahead. Well, I don't even know what you're doing right now.
I'm going to start sewing the actual baubles.
These treat bags came out so amazing.
They're so cool.
And it's a great reminder that, Pashta's not just for ornaments, everybody. You can do something as simple as this cool little treat bag.
Simple? Those things aren't simple. They're awesome.
Well, of course, that simple doesn't imply not awesome. I just mean that, when you, it's so obvious that what we have here is a treat bag. That's it's
so cool.
Yeah, and it's just such a fun, cool, easy way to decorate them. Look at that. So that is the one with Frankie.
Yep.
With just a little bow, a simple ribbon bow on top of it.
It's pretty great.
And then here is the one with, I really like the quilting that Shari did on this one.
Yeah, it's cute.
That is another simple way to make this thing just cool and spectacular. There you go, everybody. So thanks, Shari.
Thanks, Shari.
I mean, they were cool enough when Shari made them from a distance, and then now they're like in the house.
Yeah, they're in our house, and it's awesome.
It's really awesome. Okay, great.
I am sewing together these panels. You might want to actually show what I'm doing.
I'm about to. Ready, set, go.
Okay. I'm sewing together these panels. Since we're doing the 3, we won't have 2 pairs to pull together. We're going to have these 2, and then we'll add the 1.
Oh, poor Barbara told me to get the stuffing too, and I didn't.
Oh, it's fine. We have plenty of stuff.
I know we do. I know. Miriam says, I'm glad I didn't miss everything. You didn't, Miriam. We're still stitching.
We're still stitching, Miriam.
And Shari says, those are pretty simple. I don't do complicated projects. Shari, I don't do complicated projects. Girl, we've seen your Haunted Mansion video.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, girl, please.
I think they're cool.
I love to see ideas to stitch beside ornaments. That's right. Totally adorable. There you go. She says, I kept the zombie. He's being used to hold stuff. As long as he's being used to hold Halloween stuff, that's fine. If he's just holding some remote controls, or something, is he holding all of your Tundra felt? Yes.
So happy. So happy with himself.
Okay, great.
All right. Again, I started at the the bottom.
If Shari hadn't been so vague, I would not have been able to make that
You're
joke.
hysterical. I started at the bottom.
Okay.
So that way when I sew up here towards the top, I'll just have fewer. There's enough thread up here already. You know what I'm saying? Like there's enough bits and pieces being tied off at the top because of the vines. So I started them at the bottom.
Wonderful.
And then I will start the other one at the bottom as well. But we're just doing the running stitch. And I'm wondering how this is going to go. But I bet it'll be fine.
This is going to go great. I completely forgot about this box of comic books that I ordered. It happened over the weekend while you were away. And the reason it happened was because I got a notification that something on my want list was available.
No.
And I would not have brought it upstairs, except it's not pertinent, but it's adjacent.
I don't know how a comic book thing is adjacent.
These are ribbon scissors, right?
Which ones?
I need regular scissors.
Good luck.
Because I don't want to make a bunch of noise. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm going to open this bad boy up.
Okay.
You're stitching live, and I'm here just, hanging out. This is too funny. It's too funny to pass up.
Did you buy a Christmas book or something?
No, it's not a Christmas book. No, it's not that adjacent. No, it's not that close. I just went downstairs to get the stuff, and this was sitting out on the porch with our case of envelopes that's going to enable me
to finish the orders.
To get the rest of the orders out tomorrow. So if anybody is waiting on their pre-order kit.
Turns out we received the wrong envelopes and didn't realize it until yesterday. What did you order?
Girl, please. This is going to be so good. Are you ready? They pack these things like Fort Knox, This is like, you really have to want it here.
I'm sorry, I don't have any scissors up here for you anymore.
That's okay. I'm not the kind of dad that carries a pocket knife, so I've never really been a pocket knife kind of guy.
You had one for a long time until we got stopped at an airport and you had to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, there you have it, folks. Look.
Teenage Brides.
It's the highest graded copy of this issue. Most of you know that Lizzie and I were married when we were children. I was 19 and she was 20, but there was an old they only ever did 7 issues of Teenage Brides comic book back in 1954. This is issue number 7, and this is the cleanest, highest graded copy that exists on the planet. There's only one in 9.2, and now we have it. Look.
You're very funny.
Could this girl ever forgive her husband for being ... Up here in the corner, it says the truth about young marriage. If you want to know the truth about young marriage, in August of 1954, you just had to pony up 10 cents so that you could read true stories of teenage brides. Look, there you go.
I see.
Mm-hmm. And this great ad on the back for liquid lip tone. There you go.
Lip tone.
Liquid lip tone, everybody. Okay, I've hijacked this.
Long enough.
Yeah. Okay, going back to stitching. This is a new low in Sean hijacking the show. But I literally forgot I bought it. It's been like 4 days.
That's hilarious.
And I moved it out of my inbox and then I forgot.
Well, I understand how easy it is to forget what's happening when you're watching a kiddo for an entire weekend by yourself. So,
anywho, Teenage Brides.
Teenage Brides. Now I know why he started cackling downstairs.
Audrey says Sean blacked out and ordered comic books.
That's true.
That's so funny.
It's the truth, though. That's funny.
That's great.
That makes me laugh.
We only have 6 more to go. I already own
one. No, you
own
a couple of them.
No, just one of them, but I don't own them in highest grade. I mean, that's... I could not believe how affordable. I was like, I almost dropped my phone. I was like, this is crazy.
Instead of drop your phone, you dropped some dollars.
Indeed. Yeah.
All right. We're going with 3.
We're not the only person who has the airport pocket knife story.
Oh, I bet.
Somebody else said, haha, we have that story too. Shari asked, are they stitching comics? Before we did the big reveal.
Before your Teenage Brides reveal?
Yeah. Renee, that's what Renee's saying. I thought all Boy Scouts carried pocket knives. It turns out...
After you get one stolen at a... Well, not stolen. After you get one confiscated at an airport.
The thing about my pocket knife getting confiscated at the airport
was that it was on the return trip.
It was on the return trip. I cannot even begin to describe to you the rage that I felt when I had flown to a destination with the pocket knife.
And then...
like in my pocket.
In your
and
pocket.
Then when we went to fly home.
All right. We're going to...
I'm still mad about it.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up.
It's okay.
We're going to come through one side.
Yes.
And then we're going to stitch through both pieces. We're going to do that all the way up this side. And then we'll do some stuffing.
That came together so fast.
I'm working real hard here. I see what time it is.
I mean, I had time to open up a box of comic books, and you're almost done. And just like that. Shazam.
Well, it helps when you start with all of your panels pre-decorated.
It starts with, yes, it does help when you start with all your panels pre-decorated.
But
that
all
is true.
all of the sizes, all of the ornaments in this series, they come together the exact same way. So you will probably not see us doing another one of the baubles, at least not this winter.
Yes.
Because all of the styles come together the same way.
Yeah, they have
sew up the sides.
They have the same inspiration guide. The big difference is their size. Small, medium, and large.
And there are different designs for each one. The smaller designs might fit on the bigger ones, maybe. But
we haven't fully investigated that even ourselves yet. And of course, you don't need to have all three sizes. One size of the bauble would give you just hours of fun.
Well, and it depends on what you're making them for. Like the smallest one, I feel works best as like garlands or like wreath decorations. But if you're working on trees specifically, then the bigger two sizes are definitely more apropos to your needs. So if you don't need them all to have a good time, is what I'm trying to say.
That's right. We have someone else letting everyone know that they were 19 when they got married too. See, we love young love in this house. We love young love.
Totally. Not to say that it works for everyone.
Of course.
But
the thing that
works for us.
The thing that's outrageous about that comic series to me mostly is that I've been reading. I mean, I was reading comic books when I was a kid, and then I started kind of more seriously collecting comic books again maybe 15 years ago, and I did not even know that comic title existed until probably a year and a half ago.
It was very recent.
When I saw, it was like I had never even heard. Of course, you would have heard of the series because romance comic books are not that big of a thing. The art is amazing. They're such a cool little thing. But there were only 7 issues of it, right? But just, I was slack-jawed.
And, it's not like a recent comic book.
No. So
that was from the 50s.
Like, Teenage Brides, if there's a comic series on the planet that I should be collecting, it's Teenage Brides. There you go.
It's funny.
Miriam says, of course you need all 3 baubles. No, you don't, Miriam.
Well,
this week we've been learning about wants and needs in kindergarten.
That's true.
And so even I will admit that the 3 sizes of bauble are a want.
I like them all because I also like being able to stack them.
Lizzie likes being able to stack them. That's true.
The large and the small, when stacked, look really cool together, I think, to make one giant ornament. And putting them together is not as hard as you might think, because you can do this whole center, the center hanger thing technique that I'm going to show here.
Yes, okay.
It just pulls all the way through. So
you could also really lean into generational crafting. You could sit down and you could have a youngster in your house could be working on a small bauble while you were working on a medium bauble if you wanted to, Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear.
That's true.
This bauble's too cold. This bauble's just right.
No, I think there's a lot to be said for...
Miriam says full set syndrome. Yes. As a man here who just burst open a box of comic books, I am familiar with full set syndrome.
I love that there's so much enthusiasm for them because I love them so much too. And I
Yeah, we were this close to only doing 2 sizes. Lizzie was like, do you think this one? Or she had all these prototypes. And it was like, this one, this one, this one. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, why wouldn't we do all 3?
He was like, why don't we do all 3?
Why do we do all 3? And then I looked at it. Let the people decide, Liz.
I looked at it and I was like, you know what? If you do all 3, and I have not done this project yet, but it's still in my back pocket to do. I think you could stack all 3 in white and they look like a snowman.
Lizzie thinks that you could stack all 3 baubles in white and they would look like a snowman, and she hasn't had a chance to do it yet.
I've not.
See,
but it's on the list.
This is like when we talk about things to do. Yeah, this is like when you listen to an academic podcast. And
I'm sure everyone does that.
When you listen to an academic podcast and some professor with tenure is like, this would be a great dissertation project because I don't think anybody has looked into blank yet. That's exactly what we just did to everybody.
That's sure.
If you have all 3 baubles and you have some tundra laying around, you could try and do a snowman out of all 3.
You could.
You could.
I have them cut. I just haven't finished them.
Oh, really? When did you cut them?
Like when we started introductions, but I just haven't.
So this is why Lizzie is sometimes a little stressed out. It's not because she actually has all this stuff on her plate. It's that she has this stuff on her plate preventing her from finishing the really cool idea that was on her plate.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. But she's never talking about it. She's never, like, I didn't know that you had cut that project.
I cut it. It's ready to go. It's just that I didn't get the chance.
But now I know that some of, like, the underlying frustration
is that I've got this idea,
like, annoyance, some of that underlying stage yellow in your life for the last month, let's say.
Stage yellow, by the way, we should explain, is like, it's like a feelings thing that we've learned again through preschool or through kindergarten.
I can't believe that. Like, some of the tension in the room for a month has been that you die cut this project and haven't been able to stitch it together yet. Well, in that case, if you want to go away this weekend again, I guess I'm not
going to do that. I did have to promise our melting down child today that we would have a nice quiet weekend at home at some point.
Barbara Woodard says, the challenge is on. My mom loves snowmen. I do not have the baubles yet. They're on my wish list. Emily says, like a Nordic snowman. Ooh, see, there you go.
All right. I feel like I'm running out of time here. So
you're not running out of time. It's 2:32. Is it going to take you more than 30 minutes to stitch up the final side of that bauble?
I just don't want to be late because she had such a hard time today.
We're not going to be late. And you, for all the hand wringing about what it would be like to do a 3-panel, it seems like we're having no trouble here.
No, it's not trouble. I just didn't know what the ultimate shape would look like.
Okay.
Looks like it's going to be kind of like one of those teardroppy style ornaments. All right, so again, we came through between the layers.
Okay.
So our tails are between the layers. And I've got it stuffed about 3/4 full. And I'm just going to come up the side here. I could maybe have stuffed it a little bit more. I want to make sure that I get down into the bottom there.
And you're stuffing there, huh?
Yeah, so I'm pushing some of the stuffing down into the bottom. Because I can reach where I want to fill in on the side easier.
There you go.
Because I don't want the bottom to be empty. Because when you're doing this pull-through technique, you want your ornament to be full, otherwise it's going to look smushed. Because you really are pulling all the way through it.
I'm sorry, when you use this pull-through technique, what are you talking about?
The technique for the hanger.
Oh, got it.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so now you're leaving us in. Don't touch that dial.
Sorry.
You're leaving us in suspense. When you do the pull-through technique for this particular type of hanger that you're going to do,
that I'm going to show. Mm-hmm.
What don't you want to have happen?
You want to make sure that you're really fully stuffed.
Okay.
Otherwise,
it's gonna pucker.
It's gonna look smushed. It's gonna look crushed.
Okay, it's gonna look smushed or crushed at the one end. Okay, got it. I understand now. See, sometimes there are things you're thinking about that are not fully understood by the rest of us.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just making sure that I'm teasing it out. You know what I mean?
I understand. I apologize.
You don't have to apologize. It's
literally your job.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah, we could do this show without me, except I'm trying to clarify and understand and read the chat and think my own thoughts all at the same time. I was just thinking to myself, like, wait, where's the hanger on this one, Vinny?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all getting there at the same time.
I gotcha.
And if I'm wondering it, I'm sure there are other people who are wondering it too.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they used to tell you in school, right? Like, raise your hand and ask the question, because if you've got the question,
a bunch of your friends,
I bet somebody else is wondering the same thing.
Okay. Well, we're going to show you how to do it here in just a second.
I was wondering like 5 things at that Morpsey thing like 2 weeks ago. I never once raised my hand. Get him in the playoffs, man. That's that tension between having a question that everybody might want the answer to and, like, you know, getting everybody off, getting the presenter so far off track.
Sure.
That they can't finish their work. You know something about that.
I do.
Yeah, you know a few things about that.
That reminds me.
Yes.
We were going to talk about a stitching retreat.
Who was going to talk about a stitching retreat?
That was one of the 2 questions you wanted, and you said we're going to put that one aside
for
now.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I mean, the answer of the stitching retreat, if you've been here before for a stitching live, or if you've not, which is fine, if you're just joining us for the first time, the short answer is we talk about a stitching retreat all the time, and we feel like we have the right town venue. We feel like it would absolutely be doable to be close to where we live and offer a retreat.
Yes.
What we've not honed in on yet exactly is, you know, exactly what the time involved would be like, or what the budget would look like.
I have no idea.
And I know that we can't be preaching to the choir here by saying we don't know if anybody would show up, because I bet like 20 people in the chat are going to be like,
I would show up.
I would show up.
And that's great.
And that's great.
But we don't want to...
Miriam, all caps, I'm in. Honestly, this is what so we've not talked about this yet on the live, but we've talked about this around the house, which is I've started wondering, like, what's really the point of us doing an event? Meaning, like, what segment of our crafter base are we, like, really trying to connect with? Like, if what we're trying to do is just get together a bunch of people that watch the lives and already have a bunch of our stuff, like, that's one kind of a retreat. So I've been wondering, like, what type, is it a retreat that's geared at people who want to bring their friends and introduce them? Or is it really just, like, for everybody who's already a really big Pashta fan? We just want all the big Pashta fans to have the chance to get together. Because those are different events, you know what I mean? That's what I've been kind of pondering lately, because I think that there's many different ways we could do the math and decide, like, oh yeah, let's do a retreat. Like, this works. We have the time. We have the space. You know, we can make the tickets make sense, yada, yada. The question in my mind is, like, what are we really focused on while we're doing there? Okay, now I have to catch up because there's all this chatting going on. I'm in. Me. Shari says, what does it do to grow your business? Not so, I mean, yes, not necessarily grow the business, but just like, what does it do for the people who come to the event? That's the question in my head. There's
a big difference between newcomers who maybe don't have all the experience. Like, are we trying to teach brand new people? Are we trying to engage people who have been doing it for a long time?
Because I've definitely been motivated to go to events only because I've been part of an internet community myself. And when they finally had an in-person event, it was like, oh, there's no question. Like, I'm going to go to this thing just because it's the opportunity to meet people face to face that I had only known through a kind of an online community. Emily says, we get to meet Lizzie and Sean. Yes. Unless I decide to stay home. Yes.
Oh.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Wild horses could not keep me from shaking hands with all of you. I just want you to know that.
The only time that he has missed out on meeting people is if he was actively somewhere else after the plans were made. So
yes. Anywho, I've been thinking about that a lot, and I know that we could like very quickly kind of sidestep that, but I have been pondering it. Like, I wish I understood the mission of the event.
But the short answer is we've certainly talked about it.
We've talked about it a lot. And again, we feel fortunate in that there are at least 2 venues that are very close to where we live that could be really well suited for doing an event. And, you know, Granville's a lovely place to visit, that's for sure.
It really is. It's a sweet little town. Okay, so we're almost done. So this is what a 3-panel ornament looks like. Kind of a cute alternative shape.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to come back between the layers.
Yep.
To tie off.
Yep. Someone says we should just, it would just be a community type event, just like the Facebook group, and maybe offer an exclusive kit. We had talked about we had talked about an exclusive product in the context of going on tour. When we thought maybe we wouldn't do a retreat, maybe we would just, drive around America and do a couple of different in-person events. And then we were like, well, how do we really convince anybody would show up? And the answer was, oh, we'll offer an exclusive product. Exclusive. And that would totally make sure that people would be there.
All right, I'm just coming back in through the side to hide the other tail.
Lily says, I've hosted retreats for over 10 years pre-pandemic and been meaning to reach out to you guys.
Oh.
That would be interesting. No one has ever been like, we should get Lizzie and Sean to do something, because then we wouldn't have to plan it. Then we just kind of get off the plane,
I did the thing.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, you did. I've never had the pleasure.
I did Stamp Joy last year with Tailored Expressions, and that was really fun.
Yeah, like if you have an event that doesn't involve stitching, you just need someone to show up and vamp about crafts. Do I have the person for you?
He does love to vamp about crafts. Okay.
Look, so there you go.
So here's our shape.
There is a 3-paneled...
Now...
Shari says posture on tour, even if it was a little exclusive, I think people would love it. I would think that, going on tour, similar to the Stitching Live being kind of a unique twist on, live, or, crafting videos or what have you, I think there's a real novelty in being like, did you hear about the craft company that went on tour?
I just think it's funny. It'd be a funny thing, and it'd be fun to do.
And what the big reason it appeals to us is because of my high school background in playing in a band. Yeah, doing amateur tour
and
when I was
theater. I did a lot of theater as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, to do the hanger, we're going to this color is relevant because it's going to be on the outside of your envelope or your ornament. I don't know why I said envelope. So I'm sewing through the center.
Oh, Miriam just said poshties. Pashta groupies.
I see it.
Poshties in the Pashtaverse. It's a real situation.
It's a real situation.
Okay, sorry. We have to be quiet. Lizzie's trying to teach us something real now.
Here. Okay. And you're going to come back through, again, that same side. So you're going to come through the same side and you're going to pull up. I usually use a different needle for this, but this is fine. Okay, so you got like a loop there, or like a thing there. And then you're going to come the other side. Hi, Louie. Now, I know that there is a way to, whoops. You're going to try and make it not both on the same quarter there. You're gonna, well, shoot.
What's going on here?
I'm trying to loosen this up and move it around, but
I'm just capturing everybody's good ideas in the chat over here.
Oh.
And while you're stitching, so I'm trying to, give you the space to do your thing and also shove my finger in Louie's ear, which is what he wants.
That's what he always wants.
Get back here, Louie. What are you doing?
The idea is that this will be half, not a quarter of your. Trying to get underneath the thread here and move it around. Ideally, you want it to be like a hemisphere, not quartered, but like halfway around. Okay, well. Now,
am I hearing you? Is there something about doing a 3-paneled bauble that's making it particularly difficult to do the hanger?
No,
okay, I just want to make sure.
Now I cut off this little bit there at the bottom because it's sort of irrelevant because you've already gone through it like a couple dozen times. Okay, or you've gone through it a couple of times, so it should hold just fine. You can knot it, but it's gone through a couple times, and you just saw me try and move it, and it's tricky to move, so. Then you're just going to come here at the point where these all come together, and you're just going to come all the way through. Usually I'm using a longer needle for this, but I think that might be in the barn. And you're just going to come all the way through the center at the top, ideally not poking yourself in the thumb. Okay, there we go.
So that was very dangerous, but you did it without poking yourself in the finger.
Yeah.
So you stitched the crochet thread through the wool ball, the 1 centimeter ball.
Yep.
And you got it knotted kind of like before. You didn't go, did you go in and out, or you just went in?
I went in and around it.
In and around it. And then you stitched through the entire body
of the ornament.
Which is not necessary like it was with the pumpkin.
Usually I use a longer needle. This was not the best needle.
But when we did this when we turned the egg shape into a pumpkin, we did this because you needed it structurally for the pumpkin to make sense. When you stitch the egg together, you stitch through to make the segments divided into 6.
Yes.
You don't have to, we're not doing this to do anything structural. This is just to get the...
This is structural, because it's to get the hanger.
Oh boy, everything's happening now.
I know.
Okay.
Louie.
This is too good to miss. I gotta get Louie. There we go. There's Louie, everybody.
Hi, bud.
Louie's here.
Get down.
Even the picture-in-picture doesn't make sense. It's covered up by his body.
Get down. Get down. Louie. Yeah, get down.
Get out of here, would you?
Come on. So I've sewn all the way through the bottom, all the way through the body of the ornament.
I got it. Hang on, I'm working on it. Why won't it? There we go. Okay.
So then I'm going to kind of pull up. Oh, he's playing with the packing paper from the box. You're going to kind of pull up so that you're really smooshing your ornament a little bit. But you're going to create your loop by double knotting, or by pulling your knot through there. I didn't do this tight enough. Or yes, I did. It's just that it's a 3 and you're going to push the knot down into it. I'm going to cut off the excess from the loop right at the very end there. And then I used a chopstick when I did this. But you're going to just push your knot into the body of the ornament. I think it's sort of the 4-sided ornament helps a little because there's a little more body at the end. It's not so pointy. The 3 works. It's just gonna take a little more maneuvering, I think. Yeah, there it goes.
Lily says that's exactly what she was trying to ask about earlier, and she's got it now. There you go. Thanks for staying to the bitter end, Lily. I'm glad we could get Louie out of the table so that we can really fully explain that.
Yeah.
But yes, that is one way to get your little bobble hangers there on the bottom of the ornament.
So that is how I did it on these ones that I had shown.
Here, hold those up. We're ready to be out of this camera angle and onto this camera angle. Yeah, go ahead.
So when I had shown the ones that I did for the release, I did all of the baubles this way with the little palm on the outside. And this is what it looks like with 3 with the palm on the outside.
Real pinecone vibes from that shape,
yeah, a little bit.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least that particular size. Like, I don't know if
like, it's cute. I like the 4 a little bit better. The 4 stays a little more rounded. The 3 comes to more point. But then there's this style as well, which uses the palm on the inside, which I like.
We are stitching...
I don't remember. Oops.
Next week it says we are stitching Turkey Trot?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be stitching Turkey Trot next week, everybody, so
we'll do Turkey Trot.
So there may be some turkeys in your future, as they are an important part of the fall experience in the United States of America.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe that Canada has already had their Thanksgiving.
Indeed they have. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
We've taken all of your ideas, and we've taken the wheel to new places today.
Yeah.
And there you go, 2 baubles, just like that. Shazam. Have a great week. And that's where we're going to cut it.